Claude comes in a bunch of different versions. Which one should you use? Well, as you've probably observed, all these different companies have these different tiers of tools. So if you've been using Claude, you know that there's the chat for Claude. There's also something called Cowork. There's also Claude Code. And these correspond to different things across these different companies. And some of this data might not be accurate. I've heard that Codex is folding into ChatGPT and other things, and I don't know where everything stands exactly. I have spent probably an hour, maybe an hour and a half today trying to figure out what actually is the difference between these different tiers. Now, obviously, the chat one, at least it's obvious to me, the chat one is different. Okay, the chat one does not touch your files, doesn't have real agency in the way that you may be used to if you've used any of the other tools, right? It's not gonna touch your files, etc. But the real question is, what is the difference between tier 2 and tier 3? For all the effort that I've put into trying to figure out, I cannot come across a meaningful answer. Almost everything I read ends up sounding like regurgitated marketing speak. Okay, work is for spreadsheets and blah, 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 and code is for building things. I don't know what that means in practice. I really don't. Because Claude Code can do all those things, and I'm pretty sure Work can build code. But I don't think they are identical. I do think there is a substantial difference. And all the things I'm reading online say all kinds of different stuff. And so I've not been able to figure it out. I haven't managed to play around with anything enough to really figure it out. And so I think it's as simple as that if you are in Claude Code, it's going to do a little less to protect you from developer concepts. And if you are in Cowork or something, it's going to protect you a little more from those things. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second, I think there's also a protection from doing harm, right? So it's going to do less damaging stuff, right? Deleting files, etc., right? It's going to be more constructive where it just kind of outputs things. The third is that I think there is a different loop. So the whole loop of, okay, we have this goal, we're going to plan around it, we're going to try to accomplish that, build tests, run those tests, etc. None of that really happens for Cowork, at least not under normal circumstances, I don't think. So I think that this is the real difference between these things, is that code, it takes off a few of those protections, but then it has a more thorough loop for building things. I think that a lot of people are falling prey to marketing speak here. And when I say falling prey, obviously there's not really a difference in what you're paying. So it's not like people are getting cheated out of things financially. I just think that more people would probably benefit if they tried out the coding tools and didn't just assume that must only be for dedicated developers. My tip for you today is try the coding tools. Now, in the future, I hope that some of my quick tips will be more meaningful and well-researched, but I can't figure this one out. So try the coding tools, see whether or not you find that it's able to do a lot more, and then have it actually build things for you. Think in terms of building. Don't think just in terms of what do you want, but what's going to get you there? What kind of, if it could build you a website to show you progress along the way or something like that, what could it build you? So try that. Try actually using the coding tool. If you are using Cowork instead of Claude Code, try using Claude Code. If you are using ChatGPT for work instead of Codex, try using Codex. See how those work. And if you're worried that, well, I feel so uncomfortable opening up a terminal, you don't actually have to use these things in a terminal. They come with desktop apps. So download the Claude desktop app and you can change the mode that you're in to Claude Code. Try working in there and see if things don't work out better for you, even if the output might be a little more obscure and focused at developers. See if that works for you, and you might find that you are just incredibly more productive. Let me know in the comments if I'm just crazy here and if I'm missing something really obvious, but let me know how that goes for you.